Egg rolls.
All right.
Whoa, yeah, good.
No. Right up in there. Look at him. Holy shit. Yeah, buddy. Right up in there. Right up in there. Right up.
Okay, so.
And water. And cigarettes. It's like all the text.
Looks cameras too. Holy shit.
Like, man.
So that.
Look at him.
It's.
Time we were here.
Nothing.
24 hours, nothing.
10 minutes.
You're right there.
And you got a monster on your hands.
Yeah.
Coming out.
Oh,
See him?
shit.
So there's a couple.
This is a problem, actually.
This is actually turned into an event.
We thought we wanted to see him, and I don't want to see him anymore.
Yeah, we're over here arguing about whether we actually saw murder hornets or if we saw the year.
Arguing's a good word. Okay.
Well,
I'll
you
argue
were
with
pretty animate about.
Well, guess what? What's your opinion? I'm taking the opposite side.
It's like first take. I kind of believe it's the European hornet.
I think he's right, but here's the thing. I think he's wrong, though. I think that we're in a mix, dude. We're in a mixed stage. I think that they're so close. I think they're so close in size, right? I think that you're to a point where one has either adapted to what the other one has, right? So one's like a half, like I'm telling you, one mutated halfway away from where it was at in Asia. I'm telling you, it's not a European hornet. It's not.
They don't. They're.
It's not a European hornet. I've seen it. I've seen one I just saw on the internet before, and that's not.
So they're describing the European hornet as having these really distinct, like triangular, like drip patterns instead of like a circular stripe.
There's no drips on the bees that I've seen. I've seen fucking.
I've seen some drips, man.
It's been. Hold up. I've seen some drips, but I don't see a drip.
But not super triangular because the circles around a murder hornet aren't perfect.
If I look, that's the thing. If I look up a murder hornet, and like some of them look fucking crazy. They look like a cartoon. But then some of them look like
normal.
They look like they're like they might be an Asian hornet, and it's like a documented photo off of Google, mind you, it's the internet. But like, it looks exactly like what we had here.
I think it's a European hornet. I know they're endangered. Actually, that's pretty cool too. So,
I don't think he's wrong. I don't think I'm right either. I think it's. I think it's something that's evolved.
It's the head is so big and like they are more orangish. Like the European hornet's like bright yellow. You know,
European hornet's head is not as big as the head on the Asian. And I think the head's disproportional on the bees that I've seen.
So
I'm going by the head. I'm not going by the stripes.
We just, this is a disclaimer, just so you YouTubers don't just roast us to hell. Because we know you will, and you will anyway, and it's fine. Cool. Just we can take it. We can take it.
And he already got a joke. You're already talking about how we can take it. It's fine. I'll take it more.
Criticism, that is. So
all of it.
We need the experts. We need the internet experts to comment below and like literally tell us like it's this or that. Argue amongst yourselves, even. Yeah. But there is claims that the European hornet, it's on the East Coast, which one of them's on the East Coast.
I think both of them are.
But the fact that it's an endangered species kind of like throws me off a bit. Like they're both probably as rare as the other to find in this region.
European hornets are not, and if that's a European hornet,
they're big.
Mind you, they're big. I don't think it's endangered.
Yeah, I don't think that either.
Because here's the thing: the first thing I thought when I saw one is, "Holy fuck, kill that thing!"
Yeah, they're big.
So the fact that it's still alive around here makes me think that it's not like something that people have seen. Because I didn't kill it because I've never seen it. Like you wouldn't kill a praying mantis. Like if a praying mantis was dangerous, you would fucking kill it.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's like, I only see one every like year, 1 or 2 years I see a praying mantis. No, the second you see one of these, you want to kill it. But like it was such a different insect that I was afraid to kill it because I didn't know what the fuck it was.
I know, and like
when it's that big, it's any big bug. You don't know if it's something
like the ones we
important.
The ones a lot of the ones that we find at our house, they're not all the same size. They're bigger, they're smaller.
I've had ones that are way bigger than that, and I've had ones that are 10 times as small, but they all look the same.
Yeah, so I'm highly interested in taking some photographs of one if it decides to show up, which I do and I don't want at this point, because every time they do, it's like all hell breaks loose, and our camping experience just gets all frantic again.
It makes me want to text back home and say, don't throw away I have a container that has dead ones.
Oh, they're not going to throw that away.
They're gonna throw it away. They don't care. Which is fine, because it's not that important. But if you're
don't throw away my bugs.
If you're seeing this, it's important to you, and that's all that matters. But other people, it's not important.
You call home, you're like, hey, don't throw away that jar of Hornets.
Don't throw away.
I've been keeping around for a rainy day.
Here's what they hear. Don't throw away that container of dead bugs. Right? Because it's not.
Nobody understands.
It's not a hornet. It's not the murder hornet. It's just a bug.
Yeah.
And that bug is big and it's ugly and it's in a fucking arugula container and it's on the counter and it's going in the trash. And so I think that's probably where it went. But I have photos of it. There's
you got like a soapy photo of it. Like, oh, we have Bigfoot photos up until now.
Whoa.
Come on.
A good photo. Hold up.
Come on.
Whoa, wait a second.
Come on in.
I literally have bodies at my house, and this dude's telling me about the photo that I took.
He sent me like one photo that's soap all over
there's
it.
There's a container. Anyways, it's really not a big deal, but like.
Sorry,
some people. Here's the thing: whether it is or isn't, it's a big fucking bee and it's in a container. I don't need him to tell me that it's not at my house. I have a picture. I'll show it to you.
All right, so I know what's going on. All right. Sip your coffee and
that's all I'm saying.
Take a minute. Let's be realistic.
He's telling the truth and he's lying. That's all.
I'm just trying to look at it from the outside in.
You were there.
I am here. Yeah, you were there. We're still here.
Picture that all the time at my house, okay? It's the same thing. If you're freaked out by that, you're freaked out by my house.
So, as of right now, because we are in the middle of the woods, we can't just dissect our footage and pick out clear pictures. We didn't bring all that laptop gear. We're going to go home and do that.
We have a frame that's basically going to tell us. It's going to say if it's a murder hornet or it's going to say.
We have plenty of frames.
No, but we got one. We got one where it's on the cup where I put the lens. The lens went right here onto the cup, right? And the hornet's about, I don't know,
inches.
16% of the entire frame on the little screen that you pull out.
Yeah, so they have.
So if the view screen has it this big, on a regular screen it's this big, right?
And then you can really identify it. So we're really like kind of shooting from the hip, arguing, second guessing right now. Not intentionally, we just kind of got into like, it's a murder hornet, it's a European hornet, back and forth. We don't want to
look stupid.
And we don't want to look stupid and get roasted. We are going to get roasted, but just, by how much is what we're worried about,
Am I knowingly wrong or am I knowingly right? It's the thing.
Either way, so we're going to try and bullshit some facts about the European hornet. It was brought over in the 1800s, you said?
1800s, and the only instance of a modern day European hornet in Britain is literally it had to have been brought from New York in Oh shit, hold up.
So they're European hornets.
It's like mid-1900s they came over back from New York. Yeah, so it's really not like...
So they traded them to us and we were like, you can have them back. And they're just existing?
I'm dead serious, yeah. European hornet.
Dude, they do look the same, man.
European... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we'll find it. I'll find it. Just keep...
Let's go. So European hornets, their sting apparently is nowhere near a murder hornet sting. So that is actually good news. I don't want to find out, but they rated on a pain index of 2, similar to a honeybee, which is crazy because they're huge.
Okay, it was introduced in New York from Europe sometime in the mid-1840s and has since spread throughout the east coast of the U.S. While its species is pretty common in the U.S., it is considered threatened or even endangered in large portions of the native range. In fact, back in 1987, Germany made it illegal to kill European hornets or destroy their nests. You could face a fine of as much as 50,000 euros. That's the equivalent to $54,867.75 here in the U.S.
For what? To kill one?
To kill one, so it's 50 grand.
Are you kidding me? They're that endangered?
It's no surprise to see why European hornets are endangered in their native range. They are large and scary looking, so people kill them. European hornets have fared better in the U.S. since they tend to be associated with forests and don't encounter people quite as often. So obviously we're here.
Whoa.
We're not here to kill bees. We're not here to kill whatever.
False alarm, everybody. Sorry, we're on edge because.
So basically,
every time you kill one, that's 54 grand.
It's 50 in certain places. It's 50 grand to kill one. That one basically said they're not really around here. They're not around all the time.
Yeah,
so I need to report them.
If they're this endangered, I don't know why we're seeing them so much.
They have risen from the 1960 species. So basically, they came over in 1840, right? They re-entered Great Britain in 1960 from New York. So they actually came here from Britain, came back in the 1960s. So we got a 1840 to 1960, 100 years, 120 year difference from when it infected one side to it infecting the other side. So now it's on both since 1960.
Dude, we are in a hornet rabbit hole is what all I can say.
I think there's more. I don't. The big one was a fucking Asian. The fucking small one.
I mean, I really do feel 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. Easy 50-50.
Like, what is it? The most rarest hornet on Earth?
They're both rare.
Or
the one that we were looking for is the rarest.
Or is it you think an Asian giant hornet is more rare to find in Maryland than a endangered European hornet, and also at your house and also at my other friends' houses? Like, they're everywhere. So they're not like if they were here since 1960 or whatever you're saying, 1800s. Don't you think the European hornet would be absolutely everywhere? Oh, your mic's. Your mic.
Baby.
You gotta talk.
It's fucking. Hold up, but here's the thing. It's not any worse for the wear. It's still.
All right, we got a stick operation going on.
It's still near my fucking mouth.
There you go. It's just not as good as this one, but.
Anyways, the
So we'll go back. So. What do you think is more rare to encounter? A European hornet? Because I've spent years in the woods.
I'm not buying into the one or the other. I'm buying into the whole. There was a European hornet, right? It came here in the 1840s, right? Bam, fact, done, right? Giant Asian hornet, prevalent right now, right? People have seen it. People have seen it in America. It's been filmed. It's been documented.
Yeah, in Washington State, though, they said it would take decades for it to travel here, but I don't believe that.
It would take decades, but here's the thing, though. So
I don't believe that.
I think that the hornet got X amount of distance, right? X amount, right? It came close to where it would be near where we would see it, right? Population in the Midwest, right? I think that there was a European hornet that extended, right, from the East Coast to New York side, right, towards the Midwest, right? And they met, right? Bam, they meet, right? Next thing you know, you got them.
You don't just get hybrids.
Those hornets are fucking, right? Like,
you don't get hybrid hornets, man. Dude, they wouldn't mate like that.
I think they would. I think that they're
you're shooting from the hip with that.
I don't care. I think they're close. I think they're close enough.
You think they're close enough that a queen bee? Maybe. Okay. Here's what I can see. Can
you see? There's one difference in the two of them. The one difference is that one stripes are different.
No, the head, the European hornet's head is smaller compared to its body size, which makes me believe it was a murder hornet because the heads are huge.
They're both giant hornets. They're both giant.
They're
both huge.
The European hornet is slightly smaller though. And the ones we've seen around here, like the one we filmed is like an average size of what I would consider I've seen. I've seen smaller ones, but I've seen much, much larger ones.
I think that they're starting to become one of the same, but that's just.
I mean, regardless, you don't want to be tagged by one, but if I had to choose, I would choose a European hornet any day.
I don't think that was just a European hornet, but that's just me.
I want to believe it was a Asian giant hornet.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe it, but I think
it's one or the other is what our scientific knowledge has proven. It's one or the other. So it's either this. It's either this endangered species or it's this invasive species that's supposed to be completely rare. I mean, let's look at your picture again.
Look at the photos I sent you. That's another
Bigfoot photo. That's Charlie Day. Okay, that's kind of clear.
That's a great one. It's got a huge head. Massive eyes, right?
It doesn't have the circles, but also its butt is really tucked in.
It's a really defined. Normally hornets are a little sloppy looking around here. Like
I don't know. It does have the belly, like black stripes underwear.
It goes under. Look. These are look. Here's the lines right here. Ready? Here's the beginning lines are straight, slight slight
It's
on
a
the back.
slight
on the back
triangular.
where it's entirely black on the top on both. It has a slight indentation.
Yeah, and like they say, like the Asian.
But look at that. Okay, you look at that. What?
I don't know. I'm not an expert, dude. We really need.
No, here's what an expert's going to look at, though. The expert's going to go back here, and they're going to do this,
let's
right?
go, expert.
Blah blah blah.
He's doing the game
Let
again.
me do the game.
Oh.
Right? And they're going to say, look, like around the same spot on the B.
Whoa! Look at that red coloring on the top, though. Like,
did you see the red kind?
No, not at all.
So look, there we go. Fucking do-si do, right? Now.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, we're roasting him. I'm gonna roast him. Let's go.
Give me a second. No one needs to see my photos for no reason.
No, he's holding his phone away now. I don't need to look at that. I don't know what that is.
But
I'm just gonna turn around and take a sip of coffee.
What?
Sponsored by Crafted Forest USA. Eat some ghost pipe.
It's
another controversial thing. That's not rare either, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, these were photos I sent to you.
Yeah, they're all unclear. Like, they are good. Like that.
Yeah, here it is again.
It's the same photo.
So we just looked at that one. I
don't know. It's got that drippiness.
It might have some red.
You can't tell. It's on its back. Do you have one from the top?
I can probably get one.
Dude, he's literally like.
I'm telling you, I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's fucking.
You can tell by the antenna, though. So the European Hornet.
The antenna's long as fuck.
So the European Hornet, its antennas kind of flop over like dog ears, and they're a little longer. See how that is?
Yeah.
The Asian Hornet, they kind of point out straight. They're about the same length.
Do I look different than the others?
Oh, wow. That looks murdery. I don't know, man.
I think everyone outside looking in, right, not having an opinion. I think this is European.
Yeah.
At my house. This is at my house.
Yeah, that's at your house, not where you film, but
it's not what I just saw, but I don't think it is, though. But
I think it's a European Hornet.
But look at that thing. Okay, hold up. In your entire life in Pennsylvania,
I've never seen that. And I spend probably 100 nights a year out in the forest, different regions.
Okay, hold up. Ready? Even better yet. Ready? 2 people on one timeline. Ready? We went camping at Bald Eagle, 4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything like that since?
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen a goddamn thing like that.
I've never. The only Hornet I've seen.
If it's a European Hornet, then they're not around here. They're not. They might be in South Dakota. They might be wherever the fuck they're saying they are, but they're not here.
Well, it's one or the other. That's all I know. I know it's not a giant paper wasp or something like that. Like, dude, these things.
There's only 2.
They're like the size of fucking butterflies sometimes, man.
They're scary. No, and the one that we filmed. It's the Bigfoot footage. The Bigfoot footage says that there's giant hornets in here. But
we're gonna have to label the video "Giant Hornets in Maryland."
Call it Bigfoot. Hashtag.
And then Bigfoot too. I just don't want to lead any people on. I don't want to be 100% that it's this or that.
It's not.
But I want I want a general consensus of like what it is, and we all need to know that they're out here at least, because like nobody knows that there's there's giant European hornets. You could change the word to. Why aren't they called murder hornets? Because their sting isn't as bad or as potent. Maybe that's why. And they're so rare, like they probably don't even sting anybody, what?
I think that they're before the Asian Hornet. I think that the Asian Hornet stemmed from them. I think it's all
about the media too, right?
All these fucking alpha bees out there, like the fucking the murder hornets. And then you see the wasps, where it's a executioner wasp, and it's a this or it's a that.
And then it's the European Hornet. He just gets no fucking slack or anything.
I think that it's still.
That's bullshit.
Even if it is, right, they're telling me that it's rare. I guess there's photos of both of them, so I guess neither of them are that rare.
I think they're both rare for this area, but whichever species it is, it's starting to thrive.
I can already hear someone saying, you can see clearly. I can't see clearly. I can't see it. I don't see the clear difference between the two.
I can kind of get the gist of it, but until you see their nest. So other thing is, the European hornet will build like
ready, by the way.
We'll build a our pan's hot and ready.
Sorry,
but the European hornet will have a nest, like a paper nest in a tree, like a traditional nest.
Yeah.
The murder hornet will have a different type of nest, but it's more spirally. It's kind of out in the open. It might be in a log or in an old snake hole or another bee's nest that they built, and they'll just take it. So they both kind of do the same. So until I don't know, there is a nest, not there has to be. There is a nest at somewhere, like within this probably 200-foot radius.
That might
where
say
we're
something
sitting.
more about them. So I guess maybe I should have done more research into what they nest into rather than what they fly around. So
And I saw this guy. He attracted the Asian hornets, and he had these little papers that they could carry away. It's real weird. So
I'm sorry, that's going out.
He's getting the fire going. So this hornet literally came up and picked up a little piece of paper that was like dipped in sugar, and they saw which direction it flew, and that's how they knew where it was going. So they just headed in that direction, and they found the nest or hive, whatever you want to call it, and they eradicated it. But I would say it's definitely 50-50. It's just weird how they all showed up recently. Where we live in Pennsylvania, there's multiple friends, multiple people. They're everywhere now. So I don't know if they're murder hornets or if they're European hornets. If they are European hornets, they're making a comeback, and their species is doing great if they are. I don't want to say that's what it is. I don't want to say that's what it's not, but it's one or the other. And I would, flip a coin which one's worse. Probably murder hornets.
Yeah.
But they said they has since eradicated them in Washington and this and that. So who knows? It's internet. It's a lot of articles from 2020. There hasn't really been any recent murder hornet updates or let alone European hornet. I don't even think anybody cares about those, right?
I haven't heard a word about them until today.
Yeah. So
you don't hear a big story about them. So maybe we don't got anything. I don't know.
I'm gonna let it up to you guys. I need somebody. I'm sure there's a murder hornet fucking out there on the internet who's just knows exactly. He can tell you by the pectoral.
Waiting on this video.
Yeah. Just waiting and waiting.
It's not that, it's this.
Yeah, they just can't wait to shit on somebody basically on the internet. So, we're here. Prove us right or wrong.
It's fine. I'll take it.
Like and subscribe, and check out some Ghost Pipe. Deep dive into that a little bit. That's all I gotta say. You got anything?
I'm good.
He's good.
I'm good.
We're gonna cook something.
Piped up. Yeah.
We're gonna cook something and check you later.
Peace.
Ice.
Yeah.